Good evening, everyone, and welcome to night number 2 of our week-long family reading night celebration. I hope everybody got a chance to watch and enjoy Mrs. Turman's reading of 10 Fat Turkeys last night. What a great story to start off our week. And I'm going to continue our story tonight, our story nights with the picture book, Thank You, Sarah, the woman who saved Thanksgiving. Did you all know that Thanksgiving needed to be saved? Well, we're going to tell you that story. This book is written by Lori Halsey Anderson, and she's the author who also wrote Chains and Forge and Ashes. And that is the Revolutionary War trilogy that our 4th and 5th graders get an opportunity to read as they're studying the American Revolution here at the grade school and at Millbrook Junior High. So she's a familiar author name for some of us. And then the story is illustrated by a gentleman named Matt Faulkner, and his illustrations are really, really fun. And if you can get your hands on this book, you got to check out these illustrations because they have some great details. And Mr. Faulkner's illustrations remind me of another illustrator that I enjoy, Stephen Kellogg, who wrote a lot of tall tale books and things like that. But we're going to get started with Thank You, Sarah, the woman who saved Thanksgiving by Lori Halsey Anderson. You think you know everything about Thanksgiving, don't you? How the Native Americans saved the Pilgrims from starving, and how the Pilgrims had a great big feast to celebrate and say thank you with pumpkin pie, turkey, cranberries, the works. Well, listen up. I have a news flash. We almost lost Thanksgiving. I bet those turkeys would be relieved. You didn't know that we almost lost Thanksgiving, did you? But it's true. Way, way back, when skirts were long and hats were tall, the Thanksgiving was fading away. Sure, the folks in New England celebrated it, and they'd roast a turkey and invite their relatives when the harvest came in. But not in the South, and not in the West, not even in the Middle Atlantic states. More and more people ignored the holiday. Thanksgiving was in trouble. It needed a superhero. No. Not that kind of a superhero. Thanksgiving needed a real superhero. Someone bold and brave and stubborn and smart. Do you guys know anybody like that? I think I know a few bold, brave, and stubborn and smart people. But Thanksgiving needed Sarah Hale. Now, I know you're thinking, she doesn't look like a superhero. She looks like a dainty little lady. Never underestimate a dainty little lady, especially one with that expression on her face. Sarah Hale was every inch a superhero. Not only did she fight for Thanksgiving, she fought for playgrounds for kids, school for girls, and historical monuments for everyone. She argued against spanking, against pie for breakfast, against dull stories. She argued against corsets and bloomers and bustles. She also argued against very serious things like slavery. And if there weren't enough, she raised 5 children. She wrote poetry. She wrote children's books and novels and biographies. She was the first female magazine editor in America. She published great American authors like Henry Wadsworth Longfellow and Edgar Allan Poe. And she composed the song, Mary Had a Little Lamb. How did she do all of these things? Well, she was bold and brave, stubborn and smart. And Sarah had a secret weapon. Sarah had a pen. When Sarah saw something she did not like, she picked up her pen and she wrote about it. She wrote letters. She wrote articles. She wrote and wrote and wrote until she persuaded people to make the world a better place. Nothing stopped Sarah, not even bedtime. Sarah Hale loved Thanksgiving too. She wanted the whole country to celebrate it on the same day. When folks started to ignore Thanksgiving, well, that just curdled her gravy. She picked up her pen. Sarah wrote letters, thousands of letters, asking politicians to make Thanksgiving a national holiday. She wrote magazine articles asking the readers for help. The women of America listened. They put down their babies, they put down their hose and their skillets and their washing. They picked up their pens and they wrote. When the letters arrived, the politicians listened too, and one by one, the states officially made Thanksgiving a holiday. But that wasn't good enough. Sarah Hale wanted the whole country to celebrate together, like a family. So she went to the top. Sarah wrote to the president, Zachary Taylor. He refused. Did that stop Sarah? No, she waited for the next election and wrote to the new president, Millard Fillmore. He said no too. Did that stop Sarah? No. She was bold, brave, stubborn, and smart. Sarah wrote to the next president, Franklin Pierce. Wouldn't a national day of Thanksgiving be wonderful? No, Pierce grumbled. Sarah penned an elegant letter to President James Buchanan. She gave all the reasons why America would be better off if everyone gathered on the fourth Thursday in November to give thanks. President Buchanan disagreed. He had other things on his mind. Sarah felt like the stuffing had been kicked out of her. Everything was going wrong. America was now at war, North against the South. States that had promised to celebrate Thanksgiving changed their mind. The country was falling apart. It was a bleak and scary time. Did that stop Sarah? No way. Nothing stopped Sarah. Superheroes work best when things get rough. She picked up her mighty pen and wrote another letter, this time to President Abraham Lincoln. America needed Thanksgiving now more than ever. A holiday wouldn't stop the war, but it could help bring the country together. She signed the letter, folded it, slid it into an envelope, and stuck on a stamp. She mailed the letter. She waited, and she waited. And then, Lincoln said yes. Lincoln said yes. In 1863, President Lincoln made Thanksgiving a national holiday for all Americans to give thanks together. It took Sarah 38 years, thousands of letters, and countless bottles of ink, but she did it. Nothing stopped Sarah. That bold, brave, stubborn, and smart lady saved Thanksgiving. She saved it for all of us. Thank you, Sarah. And that's the story of Sarah Hale, the woman who saved Thanksgiving. We want everybody to enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you back here for another story on Monday night. Thank you for watching.